This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Because they are inherently weak and insecure, conservatives like Donald Trump and his son and Tucker Carlson is who I'm going to talk about today, but these types are obsessed with masculinity, whatever that even means or whatever importance it does have in society, which is none, zero. They won't quit talking about it. The feminization of American males. And Tucker Carlson, the other day, I got tweeted about this multiple times. I was messaged this countless times. People wanted me to address it because it deals with the military. And you may not know, but I proudly served for many years in the United States Marine Corps. And I had a good time. I enjoyed my service in the Marine Corps. I don't have anything bad to say. Only positive things came out of that for me. And Tucker Carlson the other night, first of all, he went on this jag about how China's military, some official in the Chinese government talked about how they need to masculinize the adolescent children, young men, young boys in China. They need to masculinize them because they're being made soft by mothers and whatever else nonsense, this weird traditionalism that people are so attached to. And Tucker Carlson thinks it's a great idea. He thinks China's onto something. And then he, through a series of logical fallacies and redirects and red herrings and straw man arguments, gets to something that Joe Biden talked about the other day in a speech at the White House about creating a military that is more welcoming to women. Because look, we are in a situation in America where we have an all-volunteer military, which is the way it should be, but the military needs to sell itself. The military needs to make itself appealing to both men and women. And in doing so, they need to create a safe atmosphere and environment for women to serve, not one where they're at threat of sexual assault around every corner, which has been the case for years and years. They need to make an environment where it is not these arcane rules about what hairstyles are. Eccentric hairstyles is how they put it in the Marine Corps, but I don't know how it is in the other branches of the service. You need to make a military that women would want to serve in. And Joe Biden gave a speech, and I'm going to play a little bit of what Tucker Carlson played, misrepresenting what Joe Biden was saying. And that is what Joe Biden's talking about, is what effort we're going to make to make a military that is appealing to women to serve, because we need as many bodies as we can get to serve in an all-volunteer force. This is what Joe Biden said. We're going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk about how Tucker Carlson, the flailing coward weakling, how he characterized it and what he had to say. Here we go.
So how are we responding to this? Well, at the White House yesterday, Joe Biden addressed it effectively. What's the American military's response? Here's what Joe Biden said.
Some of it's relatively straightforward work, where we're making good progress designing body armor that fits women properly, tailoring combat uniforms for women, creating maternity flight suits, updating requirements for their hairstyles. And some of it is going to take an intensity of purpose and mission to really change the culture and habits that cause women to leave the military.
Nothing wrong with that. That is leadership for you. That is a focus on a more inclusive military. It doesn't take away from the lethality that our military should have. It doesn't take away from the power or might or strategic effectiveness of our military at all. But Tucker Carlson feels another way. Tucker Carlson, a man who served no time in the United States military, not a goddamn moment, talks about what's a mockery of the military. He's got lots of strong opinions. That's the thing I love about Republicans. They don't have the mettle to serve. When it comes to making a decision to actually serve their country and wear their uniform, well, they're too busy, or they're too rich, or they're too important, or they're too powerful. But they got lots of opinions about what's dishonorable, about what's a mockery for the military. If you feel that way so strongly about the military, Tucker, sign on the dotted line, brother. Put on a uniform. Or again, shut the f*** up. Because your opinion is not welcome. It is not necessary. Let's listen to Tucker Carlson go on about his very important opinions.
So we've got new hairstyles and maternity flight suits. Pregnant women are going to fight our wars.
Ugh.
It's a mockery of the U.S. military. While China's military becomes more masculine as it's assembled the world's largest navy, our military needs to become, as Joe Biden says, more feminine. Whatever feminine means anymore.
He didn't say more
no
feminine.
longer exist. The bottom line is it's out of control, and the Pentagon's going along with this. Again, this is a mockery of the U.S. military and its core mission, which is winning wars.
Once again, Tucker Carlson is wrong. Tucker Carlson is a dishonorable coward. I served with women in my United States Marine Corps who were, by Tucker Carlson's standards, feminine women who would beat him within an inch of his worthless life. Tucker Carlson wants to act like such a masculine man. Why don't we have a little meeting, Tucker Carlson? If you want to base things on the importance of masculinity, let's have a charity boxing match. Tucker, we're roughly the same age. I'm probably a little older than you. You might be, we're roughly the same age. What do you say? My guess would be no. Because you're too masculine for that. You have too many strong opinions about how our military should function. And listen, don't just take it from me. Got some tweets here from leaders of the Army. General Paul E. Funk II, replying to a tweet, says, thousands of women serve honorably every day around the globe. They are beacons of freedom, and they prove Carlson wrong through determination and dedication. We are fortunate they serve with us. This tweet was replied to by the Sergeant Major of the Army. Women lead our most lethal units with character. They will dominate any future battlefield we're called to fight on. Tucker Carlson's words are divisive, don't reflect our values. We have the most professional, educated, agile, and strongest NCO Corps in the world. So Tucker Carlson, whose opinion is worthless, goes on his Fox News program and spews his unpatriotic, un-American bullshit to his uneducated, low-information audience about how or how not our military should comport itself. Diversity is strength, despite what Tucker Carlson would have anyone believe. Tucker Carlson believes that if a military isn't filled with strong, bold white men, blood and soil type of military, then it's not functioning correctly. Masculinity and femininity have nothing to do with our capabilities as a war-fighting unit. Nothing to do with it. Tucker Carlson, you, sir, are a coward, a quivering, whimpering simp with no mettle. You had the audacity a few months ago to call into question Senator Duckworth's patriotism, love of country, a woman who gave her legs in combat to her nation. You can shut your mouth. disgusting, whimpering, weakling. Anyway, I would love to know what you think. Please leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me daily at dollemore.com. I would love if you dissent. If you're a Tucker Carlson fanboy, a macho, masculine Tucker Carlson fanboy, get at me. I'd love to hear from you. I would also ask, for those of you who aren't Tucker Carlson fanboys, to please consider supporting my work here on YouTube for as little as $2 a month. You can click the join button, become a channel member on top of being subscribed to the channel. Every little bit goes a long way. You know, my audience is growing. I'm almost to 300,000 subscribers. And if I was to marshal the size of my audience, 1 or 2% of my audience members, if they were to become channel members, there's all kinds. The future would be very bright relative to the channel and what we can do here. Hire somebody and start doing some remote stuff on the street, interviews, whatever, once the coronavirus obviously goes away, which will be soon. But I would appreciate your support. In any event, I appreciate your support with subscribing and commenting and liking and doing all the YouTube stuff. That is fantastic. It really does help out with triggering whatever happens in the magic algorithm. Anyway, I would love to connect with you on social media. That is right here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.